Let's make a multi-purpose soap that will last for 365 days. After sharing this with you guys, what will I get in return? Because this current economy, this knowledge is gold, raw gold. We are making a 60-liter multi-purpose soap. Now guys, let me introduce you to our ingredients. First off, SLS. Secondly, soda ash. Third ingredient, Texapon. Fourth, sulfonic acid. Fifth, methyl paraben. Sixth, nitrosol, color, and perfume. So let's get right into it, guys. Get a clean and empty bucket. Measure about 75 cl of clean water and pour into it. After you've finished pouring your water into the bucket, then you get your first ingredient, which is SLS, and you add gently. Now, SLS looks grainy, hence the name rice. It's usually called rice. So what you're going to do is to add and stir consistently. You're going to keep stirring until it dissolves completely. There is a lot of stirring to do in this thing, so this is just the beginning. Shall just keep stirring it so it turns and forms something that looks exactly like this. At this point, you're sure it's dissolved. Now you get a separate bucket, empty a 75 cl water again into that separate bucket. When you're done emptying it, you get your second ingredient, which is soda ash, and add. And as you're adding it, you're stirring it too. Keep stirring gently, consistently, okay, so it doesn't form lumps. Now this is not going to mix completely. Like when you're turning it, it will be looking really cloudy, like, you know, something that wouldn't mix completely. That's okay. Just stir till you feel like okay, it's fine, and then you stop. So when you're done and you're okay with what you have, the next ingredient you'll be adding is sulphuric acid. You have to add this gently into the container or the bowl. It's important to note that for this step, you should get a bigger bowl. Now, I made this mistake of using something smaller, and at some point I had to transfer it into a larger bowl that could contain it. So, and then I kept on stirring it. I kept on stirring until I was okay with what I had, and I added the next ingredient, which is Texapon. Now Texapon has a pap-like consistency, so you just have to add it into it and then mix it together, like stir to combine properly. My love, I know you'll be wondering when this stirring will stop. Fret not, brace up, we have a long way to go. Now, after this stirring, you get that mixture of the SLS we made, the first mixture we made. You're going to add it into this one now. Now you add all of it and then you stir. Yeah, you stir again. So we just keep stirring and stirring until we get the consistency that we want. So when I got to this consistency, I was okay, and I had to transfer it into a bucket. Now I transferred it because I needed to use this bowl to mix, you know, the bigger part of the soup. Like, remember, we're making a 60-liter of soup. So when I was done, I washed the bowl and then I transferred about 40 liters of water into that bowl. Now, after transferring this water into the bowl, the first ingredient to be adding is methyl paraben. Now, this methyl paraben serves as a preservative. Remember, I'm going to be keeping this soup for 365 days. So I really need it to stay that long. So if you want your soup to stay that long, you will have to add this to it. It doesn't take time to like totally dissolve into the water. So just a little stir and it's dissolved. Now, the next ingredient is Nitrosol. This is where the real work is, guys. You add this gently into the water. Now, gently, as you're adding it, you're turning it simultaneously. So if you don't turn this properly, you're going to have lumps. You don't want to have lumps because it's going to be really difficult to work with that. Now, keep stirring and you keep adding. You keep stirring, you keep adding. With time, it's going to thicken, okay? It's going to get a thicker consistency and to get harder to even turn, and then the color will also change. That's okay. Just keep stirring it. This took about 45 minutes of stirring. I'm not even joking. 45 good minutes. Like, you need a lot of arm strength to do this. You need to eat well. Agbado, you need to take it before you do this one. Nothing good comes easy, right? Yes. You just have to do the work. And this is it. Now, after stirring this, I had to divide the water because it was so much for the bowl. I have to divide it to like 20 liters, 20 liters in the bowl, 20 liters in the bucket, and I transferred the one in the bucket into a bigger bucket. Okay, so I can still, because I'm still going to add more water into this thing, so I needed enough space, like a bigger container. After separating it, I added that mixture we set aside, the Texapon, sulfuric acid and soda ash mixture. So after adding into this bucket, I started stirring it. It doesn't take so much to like bring it together, to make it combine. Okay, the work is just to keep stirring it, like to get the foam, get it to foam. Okay, so after stirring that one, I set it aside and I went over to doing this one. Now I was adding the mixture into this one again, the soda ash, sulfuric acid and Texapon mixture, and I continued the stirring. Now you just keep stirring, like stir and stir. My arms were hurting at this point, but I just had to continue because nothing good comes easy again. I've said this like the third time. Okay, so yes, just keep stirring. Now it's already come together, but you just have to keep stirring so you can get it to foam. Okay, don't worry guys, I'll be dropping the exact measurement of each of the ingredients I used in making this soup in the comment section below or the description box. So at this point I was like liking what I was seeing. So I added some water off camera because a lot was going on, I beg. So I added water to my taste, and now I was adding perfume for good fragrance. So after adding it, you still stir again. Okay, you just keep stirring. This requires a lot of stirring, my love, a lot of stirring. After that, I got the color, and for this color you just have to put it in a bowl, okay, and add the desired water quantity of water, sorry, into it and just stir. Nothing serious, not a big deal, not rocket science. Just add water to it and stir. Then you add it into the mixture. You just keep adding and stirring, so you don't add more than the color you need, or a less amount. Okay, that's all about it. So I just stirred it and I added it to the mixture. Look at that. Just look at how beautiful this looks. I was so happy that actually I chose yellow, because you see the blue and the green that is everywhere. I don't like it. Now guys, we are done with our soap and I wanted to show you guys how it turned out. Just look at how good it is. Like, it was smelling so nice. The fragrance was so wonderful. And then just a drop of it, like, will just go a long way. Okay guys, if you loved watching this, leave me a thumbs up and a comment.